Aloha. I am excited and felt called to record a little intro video. I am working on launching a virtual course about channeling and how to open your channel. It is my perception that we are all channels and conduits. Channel and conduit to me is the same thing. I think there's a lot of misperceptions about what channeling is. I think people misperceive that it's means that a spirit is taking over your body, and there's a lot of movies about possession and that type of thing, when in fact channeling is simply being able, well, if you're an open channel and you're a clear channel, it means you're able to discern between what is your energetic essence and what is your thinking and feeling and all of that, and then what is a received frequency or message outside of yourself. So that would be clear channeling. We all are capable of channeling. It requires a level of work because in the world that we live in, it can be really channeling. It can be really challenging to discern your own energetic space. It took me quite a bit of time to understand that I was picking up on other people's feelings or energies or thoughts, even. So, like a psychic is potentially looking into the energy of somebody's future, maybe, or their current experiences and their thoughts. And so, if you're psychically hearing someone else's thoughts, what you're doing is you're channeling the energy of that person's mind. And it comes in the form of that frequency. So I think, there's different modalities of channeling where you can be more of naturally, like your strength with being able to feel other people's feelings might be stronger than somebody that can see visually, like things across different timelines, aka the future potentially, which is actually happening right now. Anyways, that's another topic. I'm inspired to normalize channeling, to bring in information about channeling, because it is my thought that, or is my perception that if people, more and more people accepted that and understood that they were channels, that we live in a multiverse, a consciousness that is capable of changing based on the intentions of us or beings or energy, that we can shift consciousness, that if more people with good intentions understood that they were channels and multidimensional beings, that we could actually, in fact, shift and heal at extraordinary rates, that we could do miraculous things in a day if we synced into a higher level of frequency and were able to channel a bigger consciousness into form. That actually is what needs to happen to quote unquote combat the current state of affairs. So channeling to me is being able to, one, accept that I can do that I'm an energetic being capable of receiving messages outside of myself. Two, the understanding that it requires a big commitment to the self to align the heart, mind, soul, body, to be able to discern between my energy and other energies. And that channeling is accessible to everyone. And if you think of the easiest explanation or example of that is always, for me, artists, because you hear writers say, like, I don't know where this book came from. I don't even remember writing it. Like, it just moved through me. Isabel Allende speaks to this. She actually had, a lot of art, or a lot of authors have like a room, like a space, an intentional space, and that's because they're setting the sacred tone, the space, and the intention to be able to receive the creative spark, the channeled messages that is going into that writing, which then creates a divine intervention for somebody reading it, right? They connect with it, it changes them. So that's one example. Musicians, you hear of that, that things come over them. They wake up in the middle of the night and there's a song there. So that is like the multiverse, the higher being open to the higher consciousness. And artists are a good example because they are using their intuitive gifts more regularly. And so, like a muscle, right? You work it out, it gets stronger. You do yoga every week, you're going to get stronger. That's going to be a benefit. And so, it's like the same is true with channeling and magic. Is the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. One of the best gifts in my process of understanding myself as a pretty high level channel is having a beautiful soul sister that doesn't live here, so we communicate virtually, but we would constantly practice our channeling with each other for each other, and it was like a really beautiful way of being able to affirm and confirm the messages that we were receiving for each other and how they resonated and literally played out into form in our lives. So yeah, this is just my intro video about channeling. I want to offer the invitation for people interested in a course on how to open and tap into your intuitive gifts and your channeling gifts, to message me and reach out, and I will collect those people interested so that I can send you. You can be the first on my list to receive the details of that course. Okay, blessings.